Let's talk about Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, starring Tom Cruise, Hayley Atwell, Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Klementieff, Esai Morales, and Angela Bassett from Paramount Pictures. As always, this review will be spoiler-free, but if you prefer to see the film in its entirety before hearing any commentary about the film, please feel free to close this video out, drop a like before you do, and come on back once you've seen the film. I'll just get right to the point. This is by far the biggest, the most expensive film in the Mission Impossible series. The money is clear on screen, okay? Where they spent it all. Once you go into this movie, you will see it. But bigger isn't always better. And I would argue that while the last 45 minutes to an hour of this film is some of the best in terms of set pieces and action and intensity that we've seen in the series, it's not quite enough to save this film as a whole. So aside from the pacing issue I just mentioned, I want to talk about a trend that started with Dead Reckoning a couple of years ago and definitely continues into these films. And it's the way that McQuarrie directs his cast to deliver some of these lines, deliver their dialogue. It's all so heavy. It's all so focused on intensity. Yes, we know, we get it. What's happening in these films, in Dead Reckoning and now in The Final Reckoning as it continues the storyline, it's scary, scary stuff. But everybody is just so, they deliver the lines so slowly. Every single word carries so much weight. After a while, you're like, please, somebody lighten this up. Simon Pegg used to fill that role playing Benji. Now, not so much. As he's grown more competent, as he's grown into his role as an IMF agent, he's not nearly as funny. So we only have one member of the cast here who's sort of supposed to drop her jaw and say, wait, this is really the plan? And you're supposed to laugh at that, and that's Hayley Atwell. Now, you might guess, based on what I just said, Atwell's performance is probably my favorite in the whole of The Final Reckoning. Just because she's allowed to have a little bit of fun with what she's doing and how she's delivering her lines. She's not as heavy. She has her moments where it's like, oh my God. And the whole cast takes turns just looking worriedly at whatever Ethan Hunt is doing at the time. But at least Hayley Atwell brings some lightness to her role and some lightness to the proceedings as a whole. Now, if you're a fan of the Mission Impossible series, of course you know that a great deal of them have been sort of revolving around heists. And I would argue the films are at their best when it involves everyone on the team, those plans. And the films are at their worst and they struggle the most when it's just minute after minute of Cruise by himself having to pull off something. Now, sometimes it works when the set pieces are very exciting, when they're aerial in particular. But when they're slow moving and they become laborious and it falls to Cruise to carry all of that intensity by himself. He's good at that to a point. But this film in particular features one set piece that just drags on and on. It kills all of the momentum. And yes, it's supposed to be intense. It's also very quiet. There's only 2 words of dialogue in maybe a 30 to 35 minute stretch. It just didn't work for me. It may work for you. That's all I can tell you about this. Go see it for yourself. Don't be worried about the running time, 2 hours, 49 minutes. That's only 6 minutes longer than Dead Reckoning was. And that's only about 10 or 15 minutes longer than the last few films in the series before it. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is rated PG-13 for strong action sequences, some bloody images, and brief language. It is in theaters on May 23rd. You can find more Film Buff Unplugged reviews and videos on Substack. Just head to fbunplugged.substack.com and subscribe for free. That way you won't miss a single post. We also have a channel on YouTube. Head to youtube.com/@FilmBuffUnplugged, all one word. Please give us a like on Facebook, and if you're on TikTok, you can find my review videos and more by searching for @FelixAlbuerne Jr., all one word. Thanks for watching.